Okay. I want to talk about your solo album. You have a whole crowdfunding thing going on Thunder Fund.
Yeah.
I watched the video and it's really cool. Why did you decide to release your solo album independently?
Yeah, look, I think the traditional model is actually archaic. The music industry has moved so rapidly over such a short space of time, but there's this traditional model that still exists that isn't working.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and I think the fact that crowdfunding exists actually gives the artist more freedom and gives the artist more of the rewards instead of those rewards trickling down to the record label. For the consumer out there, it's business as usual. They would have bought the album.
Anyway.
The lion's share would have gone to the label instead of the artist. But now the lion's share goes to the artist, and the artist dictates what he or she wants to create. You know, they're not pushed into sort of a direction, and how they want to do it. So yeah, I think, I don't know. For me, it's an experiment. I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know if next month I'm going to be on a record label's door asking.
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to work.
I don't think so either. I think the traditional models don't work in the modern era. And you can't stop change, you've got to embrace it. So, look, in crowdfunding abroad, we know is massive, like Kickstarter and things like that. But
right. Everybody's crowdfunding. You can crowdfund to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to do it.
But it hasn't quite kicked off in South Africa.
Yeah.
It's
not as big and prevalent as it is.
A
lot of fans don't even.
We need to get a kickstart for crowdfunding.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to make a joke.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's quite exciting to be totally in charge of the entire process.
Yeah.
You're not leaving it up to some bureaucratic entity. It really is about margins and shareholders and all that. I understand that's business, but you know, the arts don't really. You need to have business involved, but I think it hasn't always been fair to the artists.
I can imagine the freedom as an artist, kind of doing it on your own and having the fans contribute to the album.
Yeah, 100%. And I think as well the fans are even more invested. Because in a weird sense, the result of the album and the result of the tours and the videos is because of something they did up front. So yeah, hopefully they become more loyal and feel that they actually were legitimately a part of hopefully a new movement.
That's awesome. Now the album is finished. But you're crowdfunding, so is it when you reach your goal, that's when the album is going to be released? How does it work?
Yeah, kind of. So only once I reach the goal, then obviously those rewards will trickle down.
Right.
Look, the album is happening anyway, but obviously it had costs.
Right, exactly.
And there's real costs going forward. You know, there's marketing costs and music videos and all of that stuff, which you know, obviously you can do less of if you don't have the right amount of funds. So, you know, there's still bills to pay, and traditionally, a label would have paid for those bills. But in exchange for them paying for it, they would own as much as 90% of the intellectual property.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's and forever. They'd own it forever.
Well, that kind of happened with the Bartertones, with our band. So.
Yeah.
Now, what's your advice for any young musicians starting out? You just mentioned, you know, young guys, they don't really know, they just want to be signed to a big label and they might not understand all of the nooks and crannies that come with a contract. What's your advice to people starting out in the music industry?
I'd say spend money on a good lawyer up front and on a good accountant, and understand the payoffs. Because if you are happy with sacrificing all of that in order to get there, then that's cool. But at least have the informed decision going in. like be aware that you're gonna write all these songs, but they're not really yours.
And I guess as an audience, you don't always think about that. You just
Well, the audience doesn't know that. You know,
Right.
they get sold the dream. They get sold
Right.
the fantasy.
rock star lifestyle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They come to the show and that's all they see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Nothing
the.
behind the scenes. So
So, and there's still that. Obviously, there's, you know,
Mhm.
because artists love what they do, so they are going to bring that, hopefully, some of that magic to the stage and to the albums.
Yeah.
But the going on behind the scene isn't quite fair. I'm not saying that the record business shouldn't exist or labels shouldn't exist. I just think that I don't know who's going to come up with a solution. Not me. I've come up with my own solution. I don't even know if it's right.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.